So it's truly great to be here. Good morning, chapter 1.
Good morning.
All right. I'm always excited, and today what I thought I would talk about is a couple of concepts that really make BNI critical in the members' lives, and hopefully the guests here today can get a sense of what we do. When you talk about succeeding and talk about growth, right, we all have that goal in our lives to grow our businesses, right, to grow ourselves personally, to grow our minds. And so how do you grow, right? Part of that is by being consistent in anything you do, right? The behavior of showing up on a regular basis and telling a story. BNI provides that for you, this weekly meeting, right? Once a week, I talk to people all the time, they say, really? You come every week? Right? And I say, what do you talk about, right? Well, you see what we talk about, right? But it's not just about what we talk about, it's what we share. Is we're coming here to help others, right? And that whole positive energy that's in this room, that's how you're gonna find growth, right, over time. And to really appreciate this hour and a half, right, this 7 o'clock to 8:30 on Wednesday morning, for all the people that do that regularly, think about where else in the world could you be right now and be doing a better justice to your business, right? This hour and a half can't be spent better, right? And I'm excited for our members that do that in the city, and I'm excited for our members that do that around the world. So that's an important aspect. The other part, though, is not just about showing up, right? Woody Allen says 80% of life is showing up. What I like to say is what you do with the next 20% that's going to make the difference, right? So what was your intention when you wake up in the morning, when you decide to come here today? What was the plan for you? Were you coming just to see what happened? Were you coming to hope something happened good for you? Because those are both left to chance. Or were you coming to make something good happen for others? See, that we can control. And that whole philosophy of giver's gain, right? That whole concept of if I give to you, you'll give to me. The philosophy of reciprocity, right? That giving will automatically come back. Now, when you see a room like this, and we have 50 plus members in the room and a lot of guests here today, we think about, from a business point of view, wow, this is incredible. The possibilities are endless, right? But when we talk giver's gain, maybe they're not as endless as we think, because when it comes down to it, somebody give me what reciprocity means. Somebody, real quick, what's that mean? Simple terms.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Right, so collaborate, right? I do something for you, you do something for me. Now that instinctively we understand, but you know what we don't think about? Suppose I do nothing for you. What do you do for me then? What's reciprocity then?
It could be nothing back or something
exactly,
back.
Right.
Or it could be everything back.
Well, exactly right. But in general, if you do nothing, what can I expect? Nothing in return. So when we think about the giver's gain, what we really have to focus on is what can I do? How can I help? So if you're in a room of 50 members and you've helped 5 or 6, that's your reciprocity. Now maybe something else will come back to you somewhere else, but what you can actually expect are those 5 or 6 people to contribute back to your life. If you help 50 people, now you have 50 people to do that for. Now what we try to teach, it's not just about this room. Reciprocity goes way beyond what we do here. It goes to when we're out in the world. It goes to everybody we come in contact with. Why limit it to these 50 people? Why limit it to this corner? Why not do it around the world? Everywhere you go, everybody you meet, try to help others, because it will come back. I'm gonna give you a real quick story. This happened to me a month ago. I was at an event down in Florida, and there was some businesses doing kind of a pitch. They were startup companies, and they were talking about their business. One business, this person had almost like a Match.com, but for schools. He would take college students, so he needed to meet schools, and he would connect them with jobs. But it was more personality and traits and likes and dislikes, and they found out what they were looking for from a company point of view and matched those up with these students. And so in his profile, it said he had won an award in St. Louis. So when the thing ends, I walk up to him, and again, giver's gain, right, in my brain. I say to him, wow. I saw you had a St. Louis award. Are you from St. Louis? He says, no, I'm not from there, but I live there now. I just moved there. I said, oh, I'm going to St. Louis next week. He said, oh, really? And I said, matter of fact, I'm going to meet a college next week. And I said, which one? He goes, oh, I actually know them. So I was saying that to him because I thought I could help him. I said, maybe I can get you a contact into a school. He already knew the school. Matter of fact, he knew a board member that I've been trying to meet, who's actually funding his startup. I said, wow, I'd love to meet the guy. He goes, I can do that. Giver's gain. It came back immediately. If I never thought to help him, I would have never known he could help me. If we walk around the world with that as our main philosophy and really adopt it, not just when you come here on Wednesday morning, but when you leave here, when you're at home, when you're with your friends, when you're at your religious facility, when you're at baseball practice with your kids, anywhere you go, adopt that philosophy and you'll be amazed at how much comes back to you, right? The endless possibilities of what BNI can do for you is not just in this room, it's all around the world. And what I found in my life is that's what I've been able to do. And that's what I'm really excited about. When I listen to what you guys are doing here, when I listen to what other members are doing, that's the giver's gain philosophy, right? That's the ability to see what our words and our actions can mean to others. And so I'm really excited for chapter 1 is done. I'm really excited for where you're going, but I can tell you we're only at the beginning, right? You've only scratched the surface right now. And if we look forward and imagine if we keep spreading this word, BNI is going to be well known, not for what we do in the room, but for what we do around the world. And the last thing I'll close with, just a thought that you all should walk away. And I love Maya Angelou. She talks about people may never remember what you said. They actually may never remember what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So hopefully all of you feel great. I thank you.